Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, why did my voice crack like that? Like about to go through some teenage changes. And yes, my eyes are already done. I don't know if you can. Let me wait for it to focus on me. Focus on me. Yup. Guys, that is the eye. For the first time in my video, I'll actually link it up here. It's the video on Simon Lavayev. I decided to do like actual eyeshadow, and I've never ever, guys, look at me when I say never ever, I've never ever done like eyeshadow looks. I've always thought the girls like to waste time, but today I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And then I got like super hungry, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and have a meal, make myself some pancakes, and now I'm back. And I'm back to do another case. And for today's case, it is another fraudster case, period. Because these people stay doing fraud. And today I'm back to my normal thing of doing cases in Africa. And today we're going to the lovely, beautiful country of Senegal. Hey, I always feel so foreign. Oh, Senegal, Congo, Liberia. Look at me. Who am I? I'm foreign. Period. Anyway, so today we're going to Senegal, and the case will start off in Senegal, but as we develop, the case will move into the UK, the U of K, because I don't know why everybody ends up in the UK. What? You know what? Hey, y'all, have a good time. I'm just gonna prime my face real quick, and then we can get right into this video. For today's case, we're actually going to be talking about a man named Ali Dia. Ali Dia. I mean, that's actually a very cute name. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ship the name. I ship it. But what Ali Dia did, I don't ship. However, I want us to just let me not say too much. Actually, let me not say too much. Let me just jump right into this video. You can decide what you want to decide as you hear the story, because the story is very interesting. Mr. Ali Dia was born in 1965, and he is a Leo. He was born in Dakar, Senegal. Not much is known about his childhood, but one thing that I can say about Mr. Ali Dia is from a very young age, he loved football. He was very much into football. He always told everybody around him that he was going to grow up to be a footballer. He would play in his local teams. He always used to be the guy to, you know, every day after school, he would always run to go and play soccer. He would always run to go and play ball. And he really tried his best to, you know, hone his skills at football. And he would do this with the mentality of he has to keep practicing, because one day when his day comes, he needs to, you know, be ready to receive the goodness of the Lord, because he was sure that his day was coming. Now, by 1966, Dia actually migrated to the UK for a higher education at the University of Manchester, where he was studying business management or business administration, something business related-esque, KE. And when he did migrate, his order of the day wasn't really he wasn't there for school. Like, he wasn't there for university. He was sent there under the premise of university, but as soon as Ali arrived in the UK, he very quickly started to try and find himself a place to go and play soccer, a place where, you know, he could really connect with his peers, etc., etc., because to him, he wasn't in university for all the above. Quickly, he found himself playing for local teams. He played for local German and French teams. I don't even know how he played for those teams if he was in Manchester and they're in Germany and France. But the facts of the matter are, you can never really be too sure, because the UK is like everybody is everybody's auntie and uncle. So, as he moves there, he finds himself in a very peculiar position, because finally, he is playing at the teams he wants to be playing at. He's playing in the big leagues. Like I said, he always knew what he was destined for greatness with regards to football. However, as he's now in, you know, the UK, he realizes that he doesn't actually want to play Germany, France. He wants to be in the big leagues. He wants to be in the English Premier League. And if you know something about the English Premier League, that is the big boy, big bitch of European soccer, actually of most soccer. A lot of people watch the English Premier League, and basically what the English Premier League is, it's the best teams in England and Wales. They come together and all of them play against each other to see who is going to be the baddest the bada gada. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see who is going to be the baddest bitch in England. And Ali Dia had always wanted to play for them, and he really now set out trying to get into the English league. And what happens is you have to audition, be scouted, or be recommended by somebody to one of the managers of these teams so that you can be able to enter. So Ali started at the ground level. He tried to audition. So first Ali auditioned for a club called Gillingham, which it's a well-known football club. I think it's a league club, I'm not sure, but he tried out for Gillingham and it didn't work. Next he tried out for AFC Bournemouth, which is also an English club, and he also failed at this. By this time Ali is kind of feeling like, you know, his dream isn't coming true. But bear in mind, he's failing because all the lecturers, Jesus, somebody deliver me from university. All the managers that are seeing him, they're saying he's not good enough, he needs to do more training. They're not saying he's terrible, but they're just saying like he needs to do more training. He needs to be like specific as to which position he's trying to play, because according to the managers, he wasn't showing like which position is the best for them to cast him in, if I'm trying to make sense. Mr. Ali Dia by this point is feeling pretty depressed with himself. He's trying out, and as I said, there's only a few specific ways to actually be casted for like to be taken or to enter into the Premier League. And one of them is audition. That's usually the first step anybody takes. When you audition, you're accepted, you go. Now he realized, me, I'm not cut out for that. I'm not cut out for that. He said, right, I have to find a way to get into it. So now Ali sets out to actually go on and tackle the second way to get into the Premier Club, and that is by recommendation. So usually somebody who is like a trusted player or a very good manager can recommend you to, you know, their fellow manager, and the manager can actually call you up and be like, right, so and so told me you are a bada di bada. You are the bad bitch when it comes to playing the football. And they can call you up and tell you, you know, you should come in, you know, get an audition, etc, etc, and we can play. Ali now realizes he has to try and find a way to get a recommendation. So he trains harder, etc, he puts in more effort, and he actually finally gets admitted into a non-league club, because getting into league clubs is harder than getting into non-league clubs. So he tried his best to get into a non-league club so that he can be able to get, you know, a recommendation from there. So November of that same year, Ali actually gets an opportunity to play. He was supposed to be playing against Arsenal, but it didn't really work out, so he just ended up having another match with somebody else. He was playing against Boston United. So they played, and truly, let me just say, at the least, Ali didn't do so great. He didn't do so well, and so naturally, he wasn't recommended by anybody to anybody, nobody. He didn't stand out to anybody. They played and they lost actually, and Ali was actually taken off the pitch quite like as quickly as he entered, because he wasn't the best guy. He wasn't the best player, if you know what I'm saying, if you know what I mean. So as Ali is pulled off the pitch, he's now sitting in the bleachers and he realizes, look, yeah, I'm actually not gonna get an opportunity to be scouted, and neither am I gonna get an opportunity to be recommended, so I have to take matters into my own hands. And he decides he wants to enter the league under the sports club Southampton. Southampton is actually a very big club in the league, English Premier League. At the moment, they are position 10 on the charts for the English Premier League, and that's 10 out of 20 of the best in England and Wales. How does he decide to enter Southampton? He doesn't have a reference. He's not been scouted by anybody. In fact, he's a terrible player according to what everybody is saying. So he decides he was going to recruit some help. He goes to his classmate, because I told you he was at the university. So he goes to his classmate and he asks his classmate, right, I need your help, and I need you to help me to scam somebody. So he approaches his classmate and he asks his classmate, he's like, yeah. So guy, look, yeah, these people are being unfair to me. They're telling me I can't play, and me, I know in my heart of hearts that I can actually play, and I know that I know what I'm doing. These people are just being mean to me. These people are being rude to me, and guy, you guys help me, man. You guys help me. He tells his friend that he wants his friend to help him and call the manager of Southampton, impersonating that year's, you won't even believe it, impersonating that year's FIFA Best World Cup player and one of the most like world-renowned footballers during that time, George Weah. Now, Weah was actually, as I said, he was one of the greatest footballers during that time. Even till now, people might argue he's still one of the greatest of all time. He was like an international sensation, and he was actually from Liberia. His university friend was going to call in and say, yeah, I'm David Weah and I'm calling on behalf of my cousin. And Weah, quote unquote, was supposed to tell the manager of Southampton that I have a cousin and he's actually represented his nation 13 times and I need him to come and play at Southampton because there's no more opportunities for him in the country that we're staying in. He's just going to waste away here. He's going to be a wasted talent here. Obviously, this manager hears this from a world-renowned, you know, superstar play bowler. He's like, yeah, this guy obviously knows what the hell he's talking about. So he tells this guy, right, send over your guy. I'm convinced, send over your cousin. Your cousin will come, I'll give him a contract and we can see how things go. So David Weah, allegedly, is like, okay, fine, I'll send my cousin over. And the cousin was sent over, aka the cousin being Ali Dia, aka the terrible footballer who has not been told by even one singular person that he's good at what he does, but he really seems to believe he's good at what he does. And that's what I tell you, in this life it's about believing in yourself. It's about self-belief, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will do it? Lee arrives and he didn't really have much time to train because very soon the team was actually up to having a football match. As the day has dawned, he's woken up, he's very excited. They've gone on the pitch, they've done their drills, because I think, yeah, I don't know, because according to the videos I saw when I was doing my research, they got on the pitch, they're all doing their drills, fans are arriving, the crowd is going wild, etc, etc. Now the game has started. The game starts, and 33 minutes into the game, Mathieu Tissier gets injured, and it is now his time to shine. It is the Kaka the Greek sauce that he's been waiting for since he was basically in his mother's womb kicking, because that's when he decided football is for me. Before even God thought to conceive him, he was already a footballer. And today all he was doing was telling you people that, you people, I am a footballer. Despite what you may think, I am the guy. I'm the Greeks with Croxus. This man gets on the pitch. The coach is, you know, waiting to see what has he got to bring to the table. What is he really bringing to the table? And when I say as soon, I mean as soon. As soon as the whistle was blown. Tell me why Ali Dia wasn't on that pitch looking the goddamn fool. He was looking like an idiot. He was looking like an idiot. His teammate Mathieu Tissier would actually later come to say that he was running around the pitch as if he was a headless chicken. He has been likened to a Bambi. Actually, what he precisely said, on top of, you know, likening him to other animals, he said he looked like Bambi on ice. And if you know one thing about the movie Bambi, for those of you, have you guys watched the movie Bambi? Yeah. So the movie Bambi is basically about one poor old deer like that for some reason never seems to be able to stand. And he said that, you know, that's how that guy was. He was like Bambi. He was running around like a headless chicken. He didn't know what to do. The coach is telling him, go to position XX 5677.553. He doesn't know what to do. The crowd was booing. The crowd was very confused. They were playing against Leeds, and even apparently the people from Leeds were also confused. They thought, this is such a bad player, it could be a tactic. Imagine someone being so bad that you actually think the other team is trolling you. Do you know that's embarrassing? That's embarrassing. The coach obviously thought, you know, this is just, you know, the first time he's playing, he probably has some jitters, so he kept him in for some time. And after like basically a majority of the match has gone and everything is finished, the coach realizes, no, he's just not a football player. And the coach didn't want to believe this, because you know when you're like at a tussle and a grasp tussle with yourself, the coach was confused because he was recommended to him by one of the greatest players of the century. So how on God's earth, on God's good green earth, did this guy not understand the assignment to this degree? So the coach calls him out when there's only at the 85th minute, and if you know anything about football, you know that football, the games are usually 90 minutes. So he's called out literally 5 minutes before the game ends, and I think it's because the coach really realized, no, these are not actually pre-game or first game jitters. Like, this guy actually doesn't know what the fuck's going on. What the fuck is that? And he calls out Ali Dia, and as he's coming off the stage, as he's coming off the pitch, people are actually cheering because the crowd was booing. I know the crowd didn't cheer, child. The crowd was actually booing, but as he came off the stage, people started cheering because they were really happy to see him go. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. They really loved to watch him leave. Anyway, Ali Dia from that time on has actually been known as the worst player in Premier League history. Since then, he still plays, actually. He still plays football. He still has a good time. His actual currently his main source of income is still football. And his main source of income is still football. However, it's funny to me, if he's such a bad player, why is his main source of income still football? And his net worth is $5 million. Dollars, not dollars. How is your net worth $5 million and you're a terrible player, but your main source of income is football? Do you see how people like to lie? Anyway, guys, yeah, that is the case of Ali Dia. He really said, in this life, I have to win. If you guys hate to see it, you can hate to see it on your own. But my own is I must live this life and live it well. Many of us don't believe in ourselves, and that's why I say, like, when you wake up in the morning, you should really be the person to hype your own self up. Because if you don't hype yourself up, who will? If you don't tell yourself you are the bitch, you are the girly, you are the one that everybody is choking on, who will hype you? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go and finish my makeup off camera and come and say goodbye. So this is the finished look, guys. Just who's gonna check me? Are you the one who's going to come and check me? Is it gonna be you, Ashley? No, it's not. Now it's not. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I really hope you enjoyed, watching me here. It's a little bit of a story as I just get myself together or whatever. And yeah, I will see you guys next week in my next one. If you have anything to add to me, follow me on my Instagram and DM me, and or comment down in my comment section. Subscribe, like, comment, share, notification bells on. Gritata, free girl, period. Bye, guys.